Actually, I would pick Achilles over Bologna, honestly. I feel like in lane, Bologna's like SS compared to Achilles, but like when it comes to team fighting, I just feel like Bologna doesn't bring anything. Like Bologna's really only CC, explaining her disarm because I don't really count that as CC, is just her ult. Granted, without CDR, I believe it's a 75-second cooldown, but Achilles has a what, like a 12 or 10-second cooldown without CDR, maybe 14. Don't quote me on those numbers, but I just feel like Achilles just brings more overall, but Bologna just gets a lot of pressure and can dive pretty well, but I feel like if she just dives the back line and the front line just turn to her, she just kind of gets blown up. 15 seconds? It always feels shorter, honestly. I know the 2 is a 10-second cooldown, and maybe the dash is. It used to be like 7 or 8, and I think it's 10 now. I'm not sure. Yeah. So, like, I think a 75-second cooldown with full CDR is like 45 seconds. I'm not totally sure. But it is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, it's like somewhere like that. But I personally like Achilles over Bologna. I think he just brings more. Just sustains and escape and just rush down. Because, like, my thought process is like, you know, Bologna, her only chase down potential. I mean, her passive does give her enough movement speed where if she autos enough or like does enough damage, that her passive will like give her the movement speed to keep chasing. But like, I just feel like the constant dashes are just nice. The dash and stun just like locks down people a lot more. Cause like autos just, you know, they just take forever to do damage. Whereas like Achilles, you can like dash in, do your stuff, stun, dash out. You don't need a full commit. Where I think Bologna needs a full commit. Uh, I've been playing around with Ares solo, and I think he's like B plus, just because he loses a lot, and his chains are really hard to hit. But level 5 is pretty good kill potential. I like you're gonna lose totem like 100%, which sucks. But depending on your jungler and how like the back harpies are being farmed, you're really just like holding out until like after the lane phase. I'm pretty sure like level 9 you can just full clear like most guardians I think. Except like Athena RTO they clear really fast. But he like actually doesn't do too bad into Achilles as long as he can uh not get stunned and then ulted. That's the only issue. Plus he doesn't have sustain, so he's not anything higher. I think RTO is actually pretty good right now. Probably like A plus. Uh, she does she does a lot of damage for a guardian and can clear, and she just clears really fast. She has a pretty good early game. Her poke is really good. She counters like Achilles into Artio. I mean, Achilles into Artio is actually like probably one of his more worst matchups, I believe. Like Artio is just so safe, I think. So, and she doesn't do bad into Bologna, I think. She might be like S. I haven't played her enough, like currently in this meta to like say anything, so I'll just keep her here. Actually, I'll put Outwash down here. Amaterasu. I think her late game's like average right now. Like the ult's good, but like I don't know. I feel like B plus though, because I would honestly rather have an Ares over Alma, but like they kind of do the same thing. I feel. Actually, no, that's a lie. They don't do the same thing. I just think Ares is better than Alma. I think the lockdown potential on Ares is just way better. Because, like, my big issue with a lot of solo laners is that a lot of them, their CC is only on their ult. Like Guan Yu, Ama. But, like, these are, like, later game gods. I like gods that, like, have CC, like, in their main abilities. That's also why I like Achilles over Bologna more. Otherwise, if Bologna had, like, any form of CC, I'd put her SS, Achilles, like, probably S+. plus. I think Athena is like just solid. She's not like terrible in solo lane because maybe A plus. She just can rotate so easily. But like there's no sustain. But like your clear isn't bad either, so maybe A plus. She doesn't really lose, but she also doesn't win, I think. But she makes more of an impact than RTO early. Yeah, the couple games I played with her, it just didn't feel like good. I love like I love Athena anywhere. I love her jungle right now like a lot. I think like her jungle, like if I had to choose like a mage in like the jungle or like a magical damage like character, it'd probably be like Morgan then like Athena and then Ao Kwang. I don't like Ao Kwang. I've never played her mid or ADC, but I have played her a lot in ranked with Athena jungle, and that is really fun. Yeah, that's what I assumed from a Guardian, but like her reach is though her passive procs. So, the only games I really played with Baka solo was like before he got nerfed, and I was actually like messing with King Arthur a lot. Like before the nerfs, I would put him like S plus, or like I don't know. I didn't lose to King Arthur as Bacchus. I don't know if these King Arthurs were just bad, but every time I played Bacchus solo, I played against a King Arthur and just I won every lane, which is saying something because it's King Arthur. That's like, but I haven't played him recently, so I don't think he's like bad in solo. I would probably put him A plus, honestly. I think his damage in late game is also like just as good as like these. Baron, A. I just think he doesn't do anything really. Like his CC is good, his heal is good, but like fighting against him just feels so easy now. I don't know why. I mean, the nerfs, but like it just doesn't feel like he provides as much as like most solo laners. And plus anti-heal's kind of good right now. I don't know. Like I kind of want to kind of want to put him B plus actually, because I still would rather have an Ares or Amma. Kabrakan, I haven't played, so I'm just gonna put him down here. Camazotz, I'm kind of ass with him, but I think he's like pretty good. Doesn't seem like he loses any lane. Sustains forever. I'll just put him A plus because I haven't played him a lot. Cerberus, uh, Cerberus does a lot of fucking damage and can heal a lot. Probably just A plus. I don't know. There's a lot of guys that can just stop his clear with his 2. But I like leveling the 1, honestly. Even if it is kind of risky. I just think the 1 is just so good. Just because it's so easy to stop the 2. It depends on the matchup. If they can stop the 2, I level the 1. But if they can't, I'd level the 2. Chalk, probably B plus. Good lane phase, but late game I feel like he just kind of gets blown up. Anti-heal and the ult. Like his ult's really good, I think. But after that, his damage doesn't match up late game as it does like early game. Like his slow is so good though. It's so big. It's just by the time you throw the axe and then use your 3, if they're not within melee range, they can just walk out of it really easily. That's the thing. Like if you can throw your axe and activate your 3 as it's being thrown, like, and then it would also create the field when it lands, I think that'd be so good. But I think you have to, since you have to wait for the axe to like hit and then use your 3, it's just like it just doesn't provide enough impact, I think. Cuz it's just you just walk away from the axe and then you're fine. Chunga, I played her a lot in the beginning of this season, and actually, probably B plus. Her laning phase is like so good, I think. She just pokes and clears everything. Pokes, clears, and has a lot of kill potential. But her, like the big problem is her only CC is on her ult. And anti-healing's really good right now. Hmm. Good Colin. I haven't actually played him a lot this season. I haven't even played against him a lot. I just feel like he doesn't bring anything in his like normal stance. I'd rather have any of these guys over Kukulkan. I'll put him B. I think Erlong Shen solo is actually not bad at all. I think he has a lot of pressure, and he can poke really well, especially with berserkers. Probably have him here. Geb, I think, is just good. He's not gonna win lane, but his late game is just so good. I think Guan Yu is actually like here. Cause like his Tele Assault can get stunned out, and like most of his stuff wouldn't be good in solo, but like he just takes totem for free. Like I would say this is like the best god in solo to take totem. It's like ridiculous. That's what I thought too, but like I just think there's a lot of guys that like do well into him. Like his ult is really good, but like anti-heal is still really good. Just like starting out his tele assault sucks. But he like takes totem. That this is the weird thing, cause like he's a late game god, but he just free farms on totem. Like Guan, you can probably get it over the Bologna, I feel, and like that's actually really impactful. I'll play some Arachne solo sometime, and I'll just try to figure that out. I'll probably feed, but you know, I'll try. Her 1 and 2 auto clears it? Huh. Oh, yeah, on the first one. But like, I just have trouble clearing with Arachne. I feel like that's probably why you have to rush Golden Blade. I'm assuming. Yeah, that's what my friend does. But I don't mess with auto attack like assassins in solo. Partially because I'm bad at them. Herc, probably B plus. I just think his damage is so easy to dodge. Like the chances of you getting hit by the two is like really slim. If you're like experienced against playing Hercules or playing as Hercules, I think that just makes him like kind of butt. But like then again, I haven't played him a lot this season. I played him a lot in like season 4. So like I can't really say that much. And I don't like when like gods have like their main form of damage on their dash. Unless they have another way to escape. I think he's like, I don't know. There's a lot of gods here that I would just rather pick over Hercules. Like RTO into Hercules just like makes Hercules like D tier. It's so crazy. I think I played against him one of the Classic League games, and I was like miles ahead just 'cause he couldn't clear, and I just like poked and just killed him. Yorm, I don't like Yorm. I don't enjoy playing him, but I do see he's actually pretty good, I think. But he gets fucked by Pele solo. Pele just rushes him down. So, but no one plays Pele solo except for me and probably a couple other people. Maybe Arachne's the truth. I'm getting convinced, Papaya. But like ever since his buff, like he's just really good. I don't really have a problem with anyone picking him. Hades, I think, even though watching Divios play him, and it's probably because it's just Divios, like I'd probably put him like A, but like I just feel like his late game is just butt. Like his laning phase is really good, I feel. But other than that, it's just like you're still playing Hades. It's very matchup dependent with like actually not matchup, just like team dependent. Like the enemy team, like if they're picking AMC or anything that's immobile, I'd you'd probably pick him. Uh, Horus laning phase is kind of like butt cheeks, but like his late game is like S plus S. I think Horus is just so good, but I only played like a couple of games of him in solo. His laning phase is just rough. I think as a support he's better. As a solo lane, I'd probably put him like hmm. Like I'd rather have a Horus over any of these gods. But like all these gods beat Horus in lane. His clear is just so bad. But I love him so much. His sustain's pretty good. I hate his passive heal. I think it's useless. Like, I know it's good, but the best part of Horus passive is the CCR and protections. King Arthur, probably SS. Wins every lane basically. His late game isn't bad. I feel at least. If you come out ahead, like, are we defining late game as like, everyone's level 20? Because like, if everyone's level 20, King Arthur might be like S plus. I still think his late game is really good. Like his zoning is good, his chase down is good, his damage is good. He has a lot of CC. I just feel like he's good overall. Kumba solo, A. No complaints about it. Very safe. Nothing wrong with him in solo, I think. The only thing, actually, maybe, is just no sustain. His late game, he's a Kumba. Damage is good. CC is good. Lane phase sucks because he's Guardian, but Nothing really bad. Really good into Bologna though. Not bad into RTO. Not bad into Bacchus. Not bad into Serb. Erlong. Just doesn't really like do that bad, honestly. Kuzenbo, for the meme, I would put him like A plus S. I know you hate Kuzenbo, Nick, but I think he's actually like low key really good. I know pros have been complaining about, get pushed and lose half your health, but yeah, it's really fun though. Like his damage with his push is just so insane. I think leveling up the Kappa is a mistake. I think the only good part for the Kappa is clearing your buffs. But I think the push just gives you so much pressure. Especially against gods like Sun Wukong or like anyone who has to step up to the wave. I'm putting him A plus because I'd pick him over any of these gods in lane at least. And then he's a guardian in late game, so like he's just so good, especially against like any hunter or anything. I don't know. And plus the minions proc his too, which is so stupid. Like it's so fucking good. Like you take any aggro and you have your cooldowns up immediately. That's like insane. Naja solo. A. I pick him over these gods. I think some of these guys are better late game or during the lane phase. But Naja brings everything. CC, damage, sustain. The only iffy part is that he has no escape really. And then if you use your ult for escape, you lose out on CC. For me, I like highly prioritize CC. That's the thing. Cause like I think CC just wins games. Cause nothing's worse than like Bologna ulting someone and they just beads and just walk away. Like I know that's a win, but like if it's in a high intense like situation, it just having the enemy carry speeds up is just a feels bad, man. And I think just more CC is just better. That's why like I know Camazot's solo right now is like pretty good, but I just hate him in solo. I don't know. Odin, B. I don't really see any reason to pick him up. Even with like, Hell, I feel like he doesn't even function well against Hell anymore. I don't know. He doesn't really bring anything. Nike, SS, highest win rate, Warrior probably. I actually don't really know how to play Nike. I always feel like I'm useless. I'll just put her in U. Like, st statistically, she's supposed to be like up here. But like, feeling wise, she feels like down here. So I just can't place her. Osiris. Mm, like laning phase is really good on him because he's supposed to be really good early game. But like late game, you just kind of get ran down, I think, if you're like even or below. Like if you're even or below, you just kind of like do nothing. But if you're like ahead, I put him like A plus. Again, I just don't want to use his ult for an escape. I think like he does well against Erlang. I'd pick him against I think he does really well against Achilles. That's the thing. My biggest like point with Osiris is like he does really well against Achilles. And Achilles, Bellona, King Arthur, like top gods. I also think he does pretty well into King Arthur too, which is the thing. Cause like King Arthur, sure you can break the tether, but you're gonna be using at least two abilities to do that. And like Achilles, his dash doesn't go far enough to break the tether on the first dash, so he has to turn around and hit you. And if he misses, he's stunned no matter what. And if he does get the second dash, you can still just walk him down and get the stun. Bellona, he kind of gets fucked though. I'd probably put him A. I'd rather have these gods over Osiris. Pele? I think Pele solo is actually pretty good. Like, you can rotate to fights really fast. Your clear is really good. Your kill potential is really good. It's really easy to dive the back line. I'd probably put her A. I think she's kind of underrated in solo. Her sustain's pretty good too. You kind of have to go hybrid, or at least get like Soul Eater maybe. I just think she's pretty good. Rat S. Kill potential, damage, can proxy for free. Healing is good. Nothing really bad with him. Robin. Benji played it. Did really good on him. I honestly think he's not too bad. Especially like right now where you have to clear the first three melees. I think that kind of benefits him. Instead of having to clear the whole wave. I'd rather have him over, most of these guys in solo. Yeah. Sobek, good. Nothing bad. Good sustain, peel, damage. Typical, typical good guardian in solo. Wukong, again, his dash is really important for the CC, but he's so safe though. Maybe like he doesn't do bad into any of these gods. Kind of gets messed up by a couple of guardians. So yeah, I'd probably put him A. I think his clear is good, his sustain's good, his poke's good. But I feel like you won't do enough damage for you to get a kill or whatever. I think if you ever dive the backline, I think the only way you're getting a kill is if your carries or like mage just like pokes them too. I don't think he has enough kill potential to be a threat. Terra, uh, I'm ass with her, but I know she's good. But I'm ass with her in solo. So I know she should be like here or up here, but I'm just gonna put her new because I'm just garbage. But she should be up here. But my personal playstyle slash how well I mean how good I am with her in solo is like down here. I think Morgan's solo is really good. I think she's actually really underrated. I'd probably put her here. Your poke is good. You can clear really safely with your two. You have a stealth stun, which is just crazy initiation. And then if you need to, like your ult is so good from solo. You can turn into, the enemy soul laner. You can turn into any of the supports if you need it to like tank fire giant or like zone or like peel or whatever. And then you can also just like turn into a carry to burn towers or whatever. Or burn objectives. I think this is the most versatile like pick in solo. Like she might get shit on by Chalk, but that's just cause Soul Lane she probably won't outclear Chalk. I mean not outclear, just outtrade Chalk. The only issue is she doesn't have sustain, I think. But she can like shut down Cerberus, I think. She doesn't like you kind of have to play her like a Guardian in solo. That's the thing. It's kind of weird play style, but I personally think she's really good. Tier, I'm ass with. I'll probably. Hmm. I know he's like not terrible. I also hate playing him, so I don't play him. I'm also scared of him. But I think Osiris also does really get into tier. I think Osiris wins against tier no matter what. Osiris's tether is just so good into him. And I'd pick Osiris all the time against a tier. Vamana loses lane. I mean, has really no pressure against the killers, I think. And knocking up Bologna Bludgeon isn't as important now, especially with Berserkers. But he's still like good. Even though anti-heal is like really prominent, I think Vamana just brings enough damage and CC. Well, mostly just rush down, not even really CC. Knockup is good, but just the ult right now is actually like I'd say in a pretty balanced state. Xing Chen, I put him A. I haven't played him a lot in solo, but he brings damage, sustains, uh, with his passive. His ult's really good in team fights. So, nothing bad with Xing Chen, honestly. Ymir, I don't know. I feel like laning against the Ymir is really easy. But like, Ymir late game is really good. Especially if you can build kind of bruiser. I put him here. He doesn't have sustain though. But I'd rather have him over these guys, I think. Zhongqi, A plus, I think. Sustains really well, does really well in laning phase. Late game, I'd say is pretty good. Deals damage easily. Probably solid pick. The big complaint about like any healing is just, you know, anti-heal. But like you just kind of just run at people. His slow is the most underrated part of his kit, I think. His slow is his best ability. I think with like full CDR, you only have 1 second where they're not slowed with their card. Because most of the time, like the way I play him is you just keep sticking the card on the enemy. So these are guys I typically don't see slash do well with in solo, except for Vulcan. I think Vulcan actually isn't. I put him B plus. I think he has a lot of pressure in the lane, because the turret just like free farms the enemy. Even though he doesn't have sustain, he reduces the sustain of the enemy like laner, and can also use his turret to hold waves, which is the important thing, I think. Especially since you're probably going to be pushed under your tower, but uh, you can just use your turret to place it in front of the tower so that they don't go under it. I think it's really good. Uh, what else? I think his poke is really good. Anyone who has sustain though against him, just kind of ignores him and kills him. But anyone who doesn't have sustain will definitely have trouble against Vulcan, I think. Or anything that can be interrupted by the meatball, like Cerberus breath. I think Cerberus though doesn't do that bad into Vulcan. I'll put Arachne in new. I don't play her. From what I've seen from my friend Rahil playing Baka in solo, doesn't look like he loses really, but that's probably because he's just like a master of this god. But he has sustain. He has plenty of damage. I'd probably just put him B plus, honestly. I'd rather have any other god from solo. Just because he doesn't provide CC. Except for the cripple slow. But I don't think that warrants enough CC from a solo laner. Loki solo. I just don't want to play him. Playing against him is actually really easy. After playing like for 4 years already, you get used to the patterns Loki makes. It's just a really boring lane. I would never play it. Unless I feel really sad about myself, then I play Loki. Aphrodite, ever since the nerf in season 4, I believe, she's just not been good at all. I don't know. I think I might put her in B. I think she's better than Odin. I think Odin's C. I'd rather have a Cucullin or Afro over an Odin. Alpwash. Sustain is good. Damage is good. Probably put him in B plus. His ult's really good. Especially if you build him hybrid. I'm not too familiar with Alpwash solo, but he just seems good. Uh, Anubis, not bad in laning phase, but when it comes to like late game, you either pop off or you die. I'd probably put him B. Alquang, I'll just put him new. I don't really play Alquang solo, but I know a couple people who do, and it's okay. I'm I'm never like, man, this is gonna be an easy game because of this pick. It's always just like, whatever. I would put him probably like in B. The best part about Alquang solo is that solo laners don't get beads as their relic. So you basically just free farm them at level 5. But that's kind of like the same as Achilles, you would think. But I don't know. I just think that level 5 is Alquang's only good point in solo. But maybe with his new passive, it's probably better. But I just haven't tested. Haven't haven't played Kabrak in solo in a long time. I don't know how I feel. I feel like he doesn't clear fast. I feel like a lot of gods can just interrupt his clear. Probably put him B. I don't think he brings enough late game. Fafnir, probably. See, Fafnir's late game is just so good. And like in solo, if they step in front of your hammer, you have 0 clear. But I'm also not experienced with Fafnir in solo. I play like 1 or 2 games. I'll just put him new. Fenrir, I'm ass with. But I think he's like B plus at least. I'd rather have most of these gods over Fenrir. Freya, we've seen Deathwalker play it. I don't I don't know. I'm not that good as Freya. You get to uh restore your mana bar from Totem, which is nice. I feel like she's like I put her B plus. Hebo. I'd rather have any other god in A or higher than Hebo. Hell, we've seen Final K play her like a couple matches, not just like 1 or 2, and he basically carried those games. But Final K is a god, and I'm not. So if it's me playing it, hell, I put her C. But Final K has shown like this guy's really good. I put her at least like B plus or A. It's really matchup dependent also, I think. Cause like the big thing with Hell is that she has no CC really. She has the slow and that's it. So I wouldn't put her any higher. I just think like what she lacks in CC she has in heals. So like ideally you're gonna be like healing and peeling for your team so they can just keep fighting for you. But that just kind of like feels like it's a 4v5 with like extra health bars on the 4 people. So it depends on your comp too. I think you need more CC on like your guardian and jungle to make this hell like viable. Because if they just go on you, you're kind of dead. Kali solo? Probably B plus. You get to pick your lane opponent as your target, which is really good for you. But your lane phase is still kind of poop. Oh, I forgot to put Serket. Serket's B. Her early game is her strong point, I think. Building her tanky isn't bad. But like, you probably won't be able to get any easy kills or get any pressure unless your jungler kind of works with you. She has no sustain, which is rough, but she does really well into like, you know, some gods. Very matchup dependent, I think. Also, Final K is a god, so you know, most of the time, I don't think Serket would even be put on this list. I just think Odin's ass right now, and anyone can probably be higher than Odin. Let's see. Did we miss anyone? I heard pros talking about Humbots solo, but A, I don't like Humbots. B, I'm bad with Humbots. C, he has no sustain, so I don't want to put him. I think Isis solo actually isn't like bad. I put I'd put Isis solo B. She has good clear. She has self peel, and she has a fucking good ult. Actually, I'd probably put her B plus, because I'd rather have her over any of these gods. I'll put Jingwei solo in C, because I enjoy playing Jingwei solo. I don't think she actually does that bad in Soul Lane, just because her passive is so good. And you're gonna lose like the early game no matter what. But like, game free farm on Hunter is nuts. Granted, you're missing out on a frontliner, but you can definitely probably play around this. I think it'd be really entertaining to watch, like maybe dual lane go like a guardian warrior or two guardians and just like kind of like farm that lane and then just have this in like solo. Cause like Jingwei's safe no matter where she goes. And especially in solo when no one's ganking you really. If your jungler is ganking a Jingwei solo, then like your other lanes are perfectly fine. I don't know, I feel like it's just such a safe. I'm putting her B plus. No one gets to play with Odin. Odin's just so bad right now. Oh, Thanatos. I actually think Thanatos isn't that bad in solo. I just kind of suck. I think let's see. I think it'd be safe to put him B plus. His heal is good. He has an execute, which is always good. That's about it. Uh, I want put Sylvanas B, maybe B plus. Just gain a pluck under tower is just so impactful, I think. Definitely worth it. Just good ult. Has a lot of CC. Only downfall is he's a tree and he can't move. I know Deathwalker plays a Wheelix solo, but I just don't like her in solo. I know people play Thor solo, but I also don't think Thor is even good right now. Needs solo is also like B. She has global ult, which is great. She has heals, which is great. She has great clear. And then she's a hunter late game. I don't know. I think she's fine. And I think that's it. I would put Hera B. She has a terrible laning phase. But her late game is a lot better, I think. I don't know. But I think that should be it. I'm just going to go over this really quick and see if I want to adjust anything. I'm still kind of iffy on Horus. Probably put Horus in new. Probably put, like, I'm ass as Terra Solo. But I think Terra Solo is really good. I think Terra would be here if I would replace her. And I think tier would probably be, if you're a good tier, I'd probably put him A. Nike, I'd probably put B plus. Actually, probably B. I'd rather have a Cullen over a Nike. I would rather have any of these guys over Nike. But I wouldn't rather have an Odin. I'm not going to place any of these because I'm not too familiar. Horus, I think he's just better as a support. I think. So I'm just going to go over this. I think these are fine. I think. I don't know. I'm still kind of iffy on the Yorm bandwagon. I think he's really good, but like. I don't know. I feel. Maybe it's just because I played against like bad Yorms, but it always feels really easy to kill him. And if he's ulting out as an escape, then he actually provides like nothing, I think. I think he has to ult in for disruption. Like, even ulting in as disruption is kind of ass. I don't know. I think it's really easy to juke. I think the only time this is good is if you're going through choke points. So I think his highlight is fighting around Fire Giant. But I don't think sieging with Yorm is that good. I don't know. I think Rat's really good though. Fumana's fine. I think Athena, you need to have communication with your team in order to make this work. But other than that, I think all of this is pretty decent. I honestly think people sleep on Pele solo. I've been really enjoying her. And same with Morgan solo. Ares solo is really depends on the matchup and on the team. I know I played him against like uh two teams, and that was because they picked like an Artio, an Agni, and probably like a Kern. All those, you know, no CC immune ults, perfect for Ares. Uh, I can stop dashes, so, and that was the only reason why I picked him. Other than that, I don't think he's super effective. He's good late game still because it's Ares, but like he's definitely a lot worse than these other Guardians. Yeah, that should be good. And that